Hello and welcome to the Warlords of Draenor level 100 Assassination Rogue Guide. This video plays off information found in Introduction to Rogue, Basics for New Players, and 6.0 Change Breakdown. So if you haven't seen those two videos, I suggest you take a moment to review them quickly, and then head back over here once you've processed some of that information. But if you're completely up to speed, let's go ahead and take a look at what you can expect to see in this video. First, we'll examine the perks that you got while leveling to level 100. Then we'll talk about talents and glyphs in Warlords of Draenor PvP. Then we'll look at what sort of itemization choices you should be making, how to maximize your damage, and effective ways of opening. Then we'll talk a little bit about an Assassination Rogue's gameplay. First up, let's examine some of the perks that we've gotten while leveling to level 100. Empowered Envenom. While Envenom is active, you deal an additional 30% damage with Dispatch and Mutilate. What this means is that you will always want to pool to full energy before you use an Envenom so that you can get the maximum number of Dispatches and Mutilates off. Next is Enhanced Crimson Tempest, which makes your Crimson Tempest ability increase the damage of all your poisons while it's active. I feel this doesn't really have too much of a place in PvP, as your combo points would be better off spent on an Envenom to deal single target damage, or a Rupture to get your energy regen. Next is Enhanced Vendetta. After activating Vendetta, your next Mutilate, Dispatch, or Envenom will have a 100% chance to crit. Improved Slice and Dice makes your Slice and Dice a passive ability, causing it to always increase your attack speed by 40%. When it comes to talents, a Rogue's tree is relatively restricted in a few of your tiers. When it comes to the tier 15 talent, your best option is often to take Subterfuge, because there's a large variety of area of effect skills and damage over time effects that will break you out of stealth when you try to catch re-stealths, or if you're trying to open. Shadow Focus is often your second best choice, as there's not too much of a use for Night Stalker unless you're exploiting Shadow Reflection, which I'll talk about later in this video. Your level 30 talents is often a choice between Nerve Strike and Combat Readiness. Combat Readiness is a personal defensive cooldown, which reduces damage by 50%, stacking 10% per stack. If you're able to predict a swap when somebody's trying to switch, Combat Readiness is often best, but Nerve Strike is very good for relieving pressure from your teammates if you often aren't the kill target. When it comes to your level 45 tier, Elusiveness is honestly the only choice, as Leeching Poison makes it so you can't use Crippling Poison, which is a very key component to PvP Rogue. You need to have that slow, and Cheat Death is very inconsistent. As for the level 60 tier, it's really a toss-up between Shadow Step and Burst of Speed. Personally, I feel Shadow Step is a very strong choice, as you instantly teleport to your target, and it's easy to make nice switches with Kidney Shot Shadow Step, while Burst of Speed is better for catching re-stealths and avoiding dangerous situations. Be very aware when you're using Burst of Speed, as it isn't on the global cooldown and you can spam your whole energy bar away very quickly if you're not paying attention to your actions. The level 75 tier has three very interesting choices. Dirty Tricks makes your gouge free, allowing you to kind of use it as an extra interrupt. It can be really annoying if you're locking down healers, and they use an Aura Mastery effect. You almost always will have gouge. Even if they're on stun DR, you can just snag them with a gouge. So I feel Dirty Tricks is actually kind of good. Internal Bleeding just provides a little bit of extra damage when you deal a kidney shot, which kind of plays nicely with Assassination's consistent pressure playstyle. And Prey on the Weak is obviously good for nice bursty switches when you coordinate them with your teammates. Assassination makes great use of Anticipation, as Mutilate can generate up to 3 combo points with Seal Fate. Mark for Death also has a role in having aggressive openers, allowing you to get an Envenom off, increasing the damage of your Mutilates and Dispatches in the open. All in all, the choice is yours in this tier between these two talents. Both of them are a very viable option. The level 100 tier has 3 unique choices. Venom Rush increases your maximum energy by 15, as well as your energy regeneration by 5% for every target you have poisoned, up to 3. Shadow Reflection will copy your actions over 8 seconds and then do them on the target over the next 8 seconds. I feel this is a pretty okay talent for Assassination simply because its abilities scale very well, and it deals actually pretty significant damage when you add it all up. The thing about Shadow Reflection though is it has low health and it can be killed very easily, as well as crowd controlled. And last we have Death from Above, which allows us to leap into the air, doing a 50% additional powered Envenom. Now I feel this is a less popular choice for Assassination, simply because part of Envenom's positive effects is it increases your poison application chance and the damage of your Mutilate and Dispatches. not so much the exact burst damage that it deals when you land the actual Envenom. As for your glyph choices, I feel it's relatively simple. Glyph of Energy and Glyph of Blind are extremely good choices, and the newly available Glyph of Disappearance makes your Vanish a 1-minute cooldown, but you have to manually activate Stealth after you vanish if you want to remain in Stealth. When it comes to itemization, I feel you should be stacking as much Mastery as possible, as it increases the damage of your Poisons, and Venom, and Venomous Wounds. Here I'm using the Versatility Mastery Helmet, and going with the Rogue PvP 4-set bonus, as it's very powerful for Assassination, giving you 5 combo points and a guaranteed critical strike whenever you use your Vanish. For the necklace I'm using Haste Mastery with a Mastery Enchant, and for the cloak I'm using Critical Strike Mastery. In my bracers I'm using the Critical Strike Versatility piece, which kind of goes against the whole stacking Mastery thing, but the only other option was a Haste Mastery one, and personally I don't like Haste all that much. So I opted for the Critical Strike and the Versatility, as Versatility isn't an absolutely terrible stat. Having a 6% passive damage boost with all the versatility that I'm getting from gear is kinda sweet. Moving on, we have Critical Strike Mastery Belt and Versatility Mastery Boots. We're using the Critical Strike Mastery Ring and the Haste Mastery Ring because I'm not trying to, go all out and avoiding haste. I'm just trying to avoid haste when there's other better options. As for maximizing your damage output as Assassination, there's only really 3 simple things I can tell you. Always keep Rupture up on your target, as this is where your energy regen comes from. Whenever you go to use a finishing move, make sure you use it at 5 combo points to get the energy return, and always pool to full energy before you use an Envenom, so that you can make use of the new Empowered Envenom effect, which increases the damage your Mutilate and Dispatch deals when you have the Envenom buff active. Let's talk about openers for a minute. My favorite and most generic way to open would be to Cheap Shot, Mutilate, Rupture, Mark for Death Kidney Shot. What you're doing is putting yourself into your rotation by getting Rupture up for the energy regen, and locking your target down with a Cheap Shot Kidney Shot. That's honestly all there really is to say about openers for Assassination. It's very straightforward. What you're trying to do is get Rupture up for your energy regen, and lock your target down with 2 stuns or a Garrote. Let's talk now a little bit about Assassination Rogue gameplay, and what exactly an Assassination Rogue is trying to do. As Assassination, you're ideally trying to get Ruptures up on your target to give you an energy regeneration. You should be hitting whoever is in range of you. If casters are kiting you and there's a melee on you, it's positive for you to just turn around, put a Rupture up on that guy, and then once somebody else gets in range, make your swap onto the next person. Make sure you're utilizing full stuns on targets to generate pressure. Coordinate your switches with your teammates so that when you go onto a target with a full stun, your teammate is ready to swap with you. You're always trying to pool energy before you do these switches, because that is how you'll maximize your damage. You can see I'm using Fan of Knives every now and then to apply poisons to all my targets, which gives me more energy regen from both Venomous Wounds and Rupture, as well as Venom Rush, which is the talent I'm using in this clip. All in all, as Assassination, you kind of just coordinate with your teammate who you want to go on and who you want to generate pressure on, chase them around, put Rupture up, and try and deal as much damage as possible. And at any point in time that your main target gets away from you, don't be shy to spend those combo points that you have on a Rupture and poison up another target for the extra energy regen. As to when to use Vendetta, it's best to use your Vendetta when you know your opponent has no defensive cooldowns like Barkskin, and you're able to put them in a full stun. Ideally, you want to be at full energy and have 5 combo points before you use Vendetta to either make use of the forced guaranteed critical strike on an Envenom, or put your target in a full kidney shot. Furthermore, you want to keep a Rupture up on your target before you use Vendetta, because you want to be spending all your combo points on Envenoms during this window. Well guys, that sums up the basics of Assassination Rogue gameplay. Later on in the season I'll be doing an advanced gameplay video for each spec, but for now, these are introductory guides designed to set you off in the right direction. So I hope you found the information here helpful, and I hope you're looking forward to poning on your rogue in Warlords of Draenor. Until next time my friends, I want you all to stay sneaky, and most importantly, I want you to go into PvP with a positive mindset, ready to improve as a player, and most importantly, have fun.
Good Gaming, an e-learning and social networking platform built exclusively for gamers and designed to turn you into an esports champion. We give you the tools, resources, and support to game better. Instructional videos and e-learning guides give you access to powerful strategies and the secrets of the pros so you can dominate your opponents. Our exclusive mercenary system gives you access to personalized support or offer your own services to the highest bidder. And compete in exclusive Good Gaming online tournaments to win cash and prizes. What are you waiting for? Become a Good Gaming member today. Good Gaming. Revolutionize your game.